Horse racing is a sport with multiple components all coming together as one to make the wheels turn. It all starts with the horse. Racehorses are categorized by age and sex. Males under the age of 5 are colts. Males 5 years old and up are simply called horses. Males who have been cut are geldings. Females under the age of 5 are fillies. Females 5 years old and up are referred to as mares. Horses with solid racing credentials are often retired to stud. Each spring, retired female racehorses called broodmares are bred. 1 year later, when the live foal is born, the young horse is then registered in the state in which they were foaled, thus making them eligible for monetary incentives within that state's racing program. Horses less than a year old are called weanlings. All weanlings become yearlings on January 1st, which is the universal birthday for all racehorses. For identification purposes, all thoroughbreds are tattooed or microchipped. In order to race, owners, trainers, and jockeys must be licensed within the state where the horse is entered to compete. Horses can be owned individually or within partnerships. Anyone who goes through the licensing process and is able to afford a daily rate to the trainer they have selected can be a horse owner. The average daily rate to maintain a racehorse is in the neighborhood of $60. When you figure in additional costs such as vet bills, a racehorse must earn roughly $25,000 to $30,000 in a year in order for their owners to break even. Racing silks are designed by the owners and are worn by the jockey each time one of their horses competes. At most racetracks, including Arlington Park, horses earn purse money by finishing in the top 5 in a race. The winning owner generally receives 60% of the total purse. The trainer and jockey each get 10% of that. The job of the trainer is multifaceted. Their goal is to help every horse reach their potential by keeping them happy, healthy, and fit, and figuring out what they do best. There are more than 2,000 horses stabled on Arlington's backstretch. The jockey is the horse's pilot. The average jockey weighs 115 pounds, and once licensed, they can begin their professional careers as early as the age of 16. Jockeys are private contractors. They employ an agent to help secure their business. In addition to being paid a standard rate each time they ride, the jockey also earns a percentage of the purse based on where they finish. In thoroughbred racing, there are typically 3 types of surfaces that are used in competition: dirt, turf or grass, and a synthetic or man-made racing surface. Widely regarded as one of the best of its kind in the world, Arlington's turf course is 1 mile in circumference, and the inner rail is moved often to reduce wear and tear. In 2007, with the safety of the horses in mind, Arlington installed a synthetic racing surface called Polytrack. Polytrack is comprised of sand, synthetic fibers, and recycled rubber that are combined and coated with a microcrystalline wax, which ensures that water flows vertically through it to the specifically subsurface drainage system to provide a safer, more consistent racing surface. Arlington's main track is 1 1/8 miles, or 9 furlongs, in circumference. In order to ensure that the races are as evenly matched as possible, dozens of different types of races are written by the racing secretary and offered to horsemen within the pages of a condition book. Maidens are horses who have yet to win a race. Although maidens can race against winners, trainers will rarely enter this way. Once a horse breaks its maiden, it will move into either an allowance or a claiming race, or on rare occasions, if they are really good, into a stake. Races in which horses are for sale are called claiming races. Each horse entered in a claiming race can be purchased out of that race by another owner. If an owner or a trainer does not want their maiden to be purchased, they will run in a maiden special weight race. Horses entered in allowance races cannot be purchased by other owners. These horses are often the most accomplished or promising horses at the track. Stake races are more prestigious and offer more substantial purse money. The best of these stakes races are graded from grade 1 to grade 3. Based on the quality of horses that have run in recent editions, a national stakes committee ranks each of these graded stakes on a yearly basis. There are 3 grade 1 races run at Arlington Park: the Arlington Million, the Beverly D, and the Secretariat. Top turf horses from all over the world travel to Arlington Park to compete in these 3 very prestigious and lucrative events. Arlington Park also runs several Grade 2 and Grade 3 races each season.
Arlington Park has committed to comprehensive monitoring during the entire race meet. It allows us to look at how quickly these changes are occurring and begin to adapt before we see changes in the surface so that we can keep it at its best. The material has different amounts of usage depending on whether it's on the outside rail or the inside rail. This is similar to rotating the tires on a car. You get more usage out of all 4 tires if you rotate them periodically. We're rotating the tires on the car. We're swapping the inside track to the outside track and the top to the bottom. We're seeing now that depending on how long the tracks are being used and how much of the year they're used, this flipping the track has to occur every 3-4 years depending on usage. The composition of this track has not been altered because the number of months that we use it is relatively modest. We know that maintenance allows us to extend the life of these tracks, and last year we had good experience with the cultivator. Using the cultivator to open up the track, that keeps the air into it and returns the bounce to it.
And they're off.